What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Lockdown Universe, some of the bizarre, peculiar, and unheard of stories of UFO legend and paranormal lore. Welcome back, welcome back. Happy to be back. Hope you guys are doing awesome and taking care of yourselves. So today we got an interesting story. It is not the longest story, but it is definitely interesting. That brings us all the way back to 1967, where we got some aliens visiting, and they have a corroborating story with another case I did just recently in conjunction with this one. So let's pull it up. Oh, wait, before we do that, gotta say hello. Gotta say hello. Here we go. Dead Kitty. Dead Kitty always has to make an appearance, so Dead Kitty gets to make an appearance. Okay, yes. And, of course, we've got Mr. You're meditating so hard, I can't remember your name. Everything's Zen, Bigfoot, and then of course we've got the alien head. Yes, and then we of course have the alien baby. Yes, alien baby. So that is our cast and crew of members. Maybe I should put them back here so they can have like a little place to hang out. You know, we don't want them to feel lonely and stuff like that. All right. So where is this story at here? Let's pull it up. So this is really interesting. This was a 19-year-old kid that was coming home in Munroe Falls, Ohio. Okay? So David Morris, age 19. This comes from the UFOcasebook.com in case you're wondering. David Morris, age 19, a factory worker in Kent, Ohio, was driving home to Munroe Falls from work early in the morning. March 28th, 1967. Happened to be 2:30 a.m. Now, see, that's like the witching hour, isn't it? That's when all the good stuff goes down. Come on, man. How come we aren't out there driving around at 2:30? Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to sleep and go to work and da-da-da-da-da. We can't find aliens. So they know that. They know we're sleeping. They know we got to work. Come on, man. There ain't nobody out there at 2:30 in the morning. If they are, they're probably drunk, and we're going to blame it on them being drunk or doing drugs. Right? So they know. They know the whole scenario. They know how to get around stuff. So 2:30 a.m., while driving west along Little River Road, he topped a small hill and suddenly saw a large glowing object in front of him. Orange glowing object in front of him. It was in a field to his left on the south side of the road and was apparently hovering several feet above the ground. He described it later as a cone-shaped object, which I'll pull up in just a second. And it was about 25 feet tall, 12 feet wide at the base, with a small sphere at the top. So, let's see if we can pull it up here. I don't know if this wants to pull open or not. It seems to be wanting to be picky, but we'll see. Oh yeah, I got it here. Hang on. We'll pull it over. We got to make it bigger so you guys can see this. And again, if you guys can't see it, you're not on Spotify. So go check it out on Spotify. Here's the picture of the item. So here it is. It's got the cone. It's got the red sphere at the top, red body. And it's hovering above the car. The car's here. The dude's here. Now, there's going to be some aliens that pop up too. Okay? So check this out. Damn, why do they always keep knocking my stuff off every time I go to look for it? Hang on, let's pull this. So this guy's looking at this object, and he sees these like 5 little dudes running across the road. It's like, what the hell are these little guys? Yeah, these little dudes are running across the road at like blitzkrieg speed. Like 5 of them, and what are they doing? Well, they look like they're trying to fix something, but again, nobody knows what the hell they're doing because they're aliens. So these little red guys, they're little orange guys, they don't have any fingers. Okay? These guys are fingerless. Could you imagine some fingerless dudes just running around being crazy? No, of course you can't, because that would be ridiculous. Sorry, I'll try to pull this up again. There we are. So, what's interesting here is that he actually hits one of these dudes. They apparently happen to be between 3.5 to 4 feet tall, and they gave off the same soft orange glow as the object that's flying in the sky. Morris quickly slammed on his brakes, but he was unable to stop in time and struck one of these beings. Yes, sir, with his truck. Yes, excellent. We have footage, or not footage, but we have proof, right? Got a body now, right? So he struck one of these beings as it crossed the road to his right. He heard a thump at the moment of impact and saw the being's raised hand as it was struck. So it's kind of like raising his arm, probably to try to block, but he saw no fingers on the hand. The car traveled another 10 feet before it stopped. Dude, this guy has horrible brakes, or he's going really fast. Morris turned and looked around, his hand on the door, and he saw a group of little figures standing as if clustered about something lying on the road. Suddenly frightened, and he sped off. So they were freaked out, right? They were like, holy shit, our friend's dead. Oh my God, our little orange alien friend. And they were frightened, and he sped off. He did not report the incident immediately to police because he was convinced that whatever he struck had not been human. So good luck trying to get them to believe you. The next day, Morris found dents on his car, on his front bumper that had not been there before, and he mentioned this story to several co-workers, one of whom was acquainted with a reporter for the local news. This reporter alerted NICAP, and the incident was carefully investigated by Charles E. Toner and Roy Wiley of the NICAP subcommittee on several subsequent occasions. In addition, Carol Clapp, the reporter for Ravenna Record-Courier, did extensive checking on the case and provided NICAP with some additional details. And let's see. Yep, that is what we have. Let me see if I can pull this little subsection up here. Come on, buddy. There we go. You know the old internet, you know where the good stories are? Doesn't always have the best links. Let's see if this one even pulls up. Of course it wouldn't. Why would it pull up? Because it'd be too good to actually get it to work right? They purposely eliminated an L out of it. Well, what the fuck. Anyway, so that's the story. What do you think? Now, what these guys sound like, they don't have fingers, okay? They don't have fingers, so what it sounds like, similar to me, is some of these stories I've been following lately. Like the old Saybrook blockheads, right? Where they had the arm up, no fingers, and they had a block for a head and a circle inside. And then we did another podcast where there was a spherical, translucent ball in the sky with a black box inside of it that Pilot Graves saw in the sky multiple times. I mean, this is just weird, man. This is like really weird that all these stories just seem to be popping up time after time after time, and they're a little bit different, but they're somewhat similar as well. In 67 and the 70s, we had a lot of cases of very bizarre alien bodies, okay? Now, I'm not talking about dead ones. I'm talking about ones that were interacting with people. You remember the Flatwoods Monster? Yeah. The Flatwoods Monster was one of the most bizarre alien bodies you've ever seen. And if I can pull it up, pull it up, Jamie, like in the Joe Rogan podcast. Flatwoods Monster. It was even put into a video game, Fallout 76. But it had this like skirt on the bottom, and then it had this like Ace of Spades head, and just really weird. Let me pull this over here so you can kind of see it. Can we pull her up? All right, come on, there we go. Yeah, so this is exactly what it looked like. I'll pull it over for you. There you go. Okay, as you can see, it's got this big Ace of Spades looking head. It had red eyes, had these like claw-like arms, and many people stated that this thing wasn't actually trying to grab any of these kids. It's just the way its arms were. But kids and adults actually saw this thing, and they reported it. And some, dismissers wanted to say it looked like an owl or something like that, but, it wasn't an owl. This thing was like 10 feet tall. Look at the size discrepancy. This is a human right here. Oh, this is tough. This is not going to show you very well. Here, let me see if we can meow, meow, meow. Try to pull you guys over here. Here we go. So here's the size discrepancy, right? This is the size of the Flatwoods Monster. This is a human. What do you think? It doesn't look like it's an owl to me. So there you go. So So we have a lot of consistent stories of different alien bodies appearing around the same time period in the 60s and 70s, but usually like 50s, 60s, 70s, those decades. Nowadays, you don't hear about flatwoods monsters. You hear about maybe them 10 foot, 8 to 10 foot tall ones that were in Vegas, though. Those were pretty cool. But you don't hear about these really bizarre ones. You don't hear about the blockhead ones anymore. I have not seen that come across anywhere, unless they're getting reported to like MUFON, and I haven't come across those stories. But I think that would be pretty big news. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think that these species, these types of species that have blockheads, or that have, orange bodies, or marshmallow type bodies, like those, like the Allagash and the down in Alabama, with Calvin Parker, those marshmallow like beings. Do you think that these guys are not showing up anymore? Do you think that they're just like, nah, we're good, we got what we wanted? And maybe it was kind of like a free-for-all for aliens to come and just check out different species and Earth for a while. And maybe now it's different. I don't know. Maybe there's a governing body of aliens that are just like, we're not letting you guys in. Screw you guys. You had your time. You had the human zoo that you could come visit for a while, and now you're done. I don't know. But all I know is that these stories keep popping up. They're fascinating. And they're very different, man. They're just different than what I've come across. So anyway, I hope we see in the future some different alien reports, and I hope we get more information on that Las Vegas report, because let's face it, let's be honest, these gray guys, these guys are outdated. These guys are like the iPhone 3, okay? Nobody gives a shit anymore. And most people are throwing them in the garbage. Okay, what we care about is new aliens or real aliens. Maybe ones that have a soul. Maybe ones that aren't reptilian. Maybe ones that are going to help us. Maybe the ones that are beneficial. Maybe the ones that can teach us how to become telepathic. Cure the ozone, cure the planet, cure the environment, whatever the case is, cure cancer. It just seems like right now we don't have a lot of that, and we need more help. Desperately, or the human race is going to fall into the nether. So, anyway, guys, I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves spiritually, physically, emotionally. Surround yourself with white light. And get with good people. Get and take care of your health. Take care of your family and friends. Follow through on your hobbies and your goals and your dreams. Even if you have to take a few days off because you're sick, get back at it. Get back on it. You'll feel better. You'll be doing better. And that's what the world needs right now. It's just better. Better people, better spirituality. We're going to be going through some challenges with the economy. We're going to be going through some challenges with Earth. And I think these are going to be some very tough times, like depression times, is what a lot of people are reporting. So stay strong, support each other, and, do what you can for your fellow man. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves, and I will be working on another podcast very shortly. Take care of yourselves. Lockdown Universe out. Go like, follow, subscribe. Later, getters.